juice. Monster juice. Beetlejuice.
I guess I better not say it 2 more times. What's going on?
Can you sing? Well, I was just singing briefly, so if that constitutes as me singing, then yes, I suppose I can. I can sing a little bit. I can sing a little bit. What do you want me to sing? Must be something I know. I can sing something I don't know. I can sing a little bit. A little bit. It's not really singing. Look, you had just one shot to sit on your lazy butt and watch all the TV you ever wanted until your brain turned to mush. Would you go for it or just let it slip? Yo, remote is ready. Eyes wide, palms are sweaty. The splinters on the TV already. Wilma and Betty, no virgin. Channel surfing and I'm HD ready, so I flip. Garbage is all I'm getting. The Simon Cowell who folks want to disembowel. He opens his mouth, always says something foul. They're dying, wow. Wannabes are crying now. Folks, I'm out time to throw in the towel. Shows based on reality. That's Weird Al. That's Weird Al. Is the parody better? Admittedly, I love Eminem though. Like I do. You know, like rap though isn't my number one or anything. Number one's metal. That'll be what I know. No, that was Weird Al. I have shorts. You can watch my shorts. I did some covers, some partial covers, some songs. Always check the shorts out. I did some recently. You just like scroll down through the shorts, you'll see. I did some recently. I think I did some Ben Folds 5. Did I do Sugar yet? I should do that. I think I did, but like as a joke. I didn't know the words, so admittedly, I was just like kind of singing along, but didn't really know the words very well. So I did that as a, like sort of a joke, but like it was supposed to be kind of like funny, you know, like when you don't. I think I titled it something like "When You Don't Know the Words" or something like that. Singing along when you don't know the words or something like that. But I did some Disturbed ones. I did some Linkin Park ones. Can you sing the real Slim Shady? The whole song? See, I don't want to mess up Eminem. I feel a little bit more comfortable. Like, if you want, like, rap or something like that, I can do... Forfeit the game before somebody else takes you out of the frame and put your name to shame, cover up your face. You can't run the race, the pace is too fast, you just won't last. You love the way I look at you while taking pleasure in the awful things you put me through. You take away, I give in. I'm not gonna scream right now. You like to think you're never wrong. Times like you're someone to like you. You wanna share what you've been through. You love the things I say I do. Do you know the song, man? And what is the point of this live? I sort of just vlog. Right now I'm just chilling on the tub outside. I figured I would promote the fact that it's healthy to be outside in a hot tub if you have one. I don't know. I'm just vlogging now. What is the point of this live? Then leaves the stream. Who are you? Where did you come from? Are you from another town? What am I supposed to do now that I have allowed you to beat me? You think that we could play another game? Maybe I could win this time. Kinda like the misery you put me through. Darling, you can trust me. You even try to look the other way. I think that I could kill this time. I'm trying not to do it too loud. Kill this time. Do, screw it. Do. See, I'm getting through to you. I'm trying to think of more appropriate songs to sing. How about man, everything I'm thinking of is like I guess that's how music is sometimes. About you say that you dance, you say that life isn't fair. What's right and what's wrong? You've got your needs and you just don't care. On and on we drift, back to where we were before. And you can look me in, and I will not walk through that door. Oh, no, I'll maybe blind, but I'll find my way. Oh yeah, like a lost prayer on a stormy day. Oh, stormy day. You gotta love Zach.
I mean, I'm not as good as that. I mean, it's
Oh man. Ugh, cracking the back. Cracking the back. Oh, nice. Ooh, popped in like 3 places. I'm trying to think how long this fucking time ago in a town called Kickapoo, there lived a humble family, religious through and through. But yeah, there was a black sheep and he knew just what to do. His name was Young JP and he refused to step in line. A vision to see he fucking rocking all the time. He rode a tasty jam and all the planets did align. Now the dragon's balls are blazing as I stepped into his cage. Then I sliced his fucking cockles with my long and shiny blade. 'Twas I who fucked the dragon, fuck a lie, sing fuck a loo. And if you try to fuck with me, then I shall fuck you too. Oh, I got a child in the potty zones, dude. I got to show to the party zone, do. Got to let show to the party zone, do. You disobeyed my oldest son, why were you never born? Jesus, something or other. Jesus wasn't born. I forget what the fucking lyrics are. This music that you play for us comes from the depths of hell. Rock and roll's the devil's work. He wants you to rebel. You become a mindless puppet. You survive a cold squeeze. Your heart will lose direction and chaos it will bring. You better shut your mouth. You better watch your tone. Do. I'll let you go no week without telephones. Do. Don't let me hear you cry, don't let me hear you moan, do. Better praise the Lord when you're in my home, do. Something like that. Oh my god, Meatloaf sang that part. I am not Meatloaf. The legendary Meatloaf. Meatloaf's I think one of the greatest singers ever. Like, he's on that list for sure. Dio, can you hear me? I'm lost and so alone, asking for your guidance. Would you come down from your throne? I need a tech compadre who will teach me how to rock. Father thinks you're evil, but man, he can suck a cock. Rock is not the devil's work, it's magical and rad. I'll never rock as long as I am stuck here with my dad. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do, do-do-do. I hear you praying Jables, you're hungry for the rock. To learn the ancient methods, secret doors you must unlock. Escape your father's clutches in this oppressed neighborhood. On a journey you must go to find the land of Hollywood. In the city of fallen angels, where the ocean meets the sand, we'll form a strong alliance and the world's most awesome band. There's something about through the valley you must walk. I don't remember how the lyrics. You must face your inner demons. Now go, my son, and rock. From the kickapoo, hunger in his heart. Charity. And then he just keeps going to the wrong Hollywood. That movie was so epic. That's one of my favorite comedies. That movie is so fucking epic. I loved Master Exploder. I love the fact that you guys realize that Dave Grohl was the devil, right? I thought that was fucking cool. So Dave Grohl was the devil. If you remember, he battles the devil in the end. He has to battle the devil. Because the Pick of Destiny... Spoilers. You don't see it. Pick of Destiny is literally just like a piece of the devil's horn. So... So they have to battle him in the end, and the devil is literally just Dave Grohl singing, playing guitar, playing the drums in that whole section. It's Dave Grohl, because the point is he's battling the devil, and so I thought it was cool that they picked, you know, Dave Grohl. I don't know, I just thought that was so badass. I'm the devil, I love metal. Do 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 do. Check this riff, it's fucking tasty. Do 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 do. I'm the devil, I can do what I want. Whatever I got, I'm gonna flaunt. There's never been a rock off I've ever lost. Do 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 do. Take your keys back down. I'm not gonna say the next part. Go watch it. You can go watch the movie. Ben Stiller has a cameo. Yeah. You guys know it's Jack Black, right? Like Tenacious D. You guys know who I'm talking about, right? If not, well, then you don't know who the greatest band in the world is. Wonder Boy. is the secret of your power? Wonder Boy. Oh man, you gotta love Tenacious D. To knock. To knock. Such a good movie. The Slinky Bear scenes that I had laughing, that's what I'm laughing at. It's amazing. It's basically a musical. Like, there's enough music in there you could call it that. It's start to finish music, man. Like pretty much every scene, unless there's like extended dialogue. Like there's some scenes with some dialogue and stuff, but then like after that, you know, there's always like a song. You know, like the next thing happens, there's a song. You know, it's just like a musical. You know, like Tommy. Remember Tommy? The pinball wizard who can sure played a mean pinball. Do 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 do. Pinball wizard. I love Tommy. Tommy was a good one. I mean, obviously, when you have the Who. And, I liked, a lot of musicals that I actually like. I'm trying to think of what the name, what was the name? Give me a second. I don't know why it's slipping my mind at the moment. West Side Story. Ashton Park. It's been so long since I've seen some of those older ones. Yeah, some of them are actually pretty good. I think it's a travesty that people make fun of things like Grease and stuff like that, because it's actually legitimately a good musical. But like a lot of work went into that. But like, I understand that that's the point, is like the whole point of that is, even at the time they knew that it was just a thing, you know, like you know, they would have even maybe even called it at the time a fad, you know, like the idea is, you know, even then the whole point was, you know, grease, you know, like the grease in their hair, you know, like the greasers, you know, like that's the point, is like the greasers, the grease in their hair, they work on their own cars, they're always, you know, like showing up with a new hot rod, you know, like that was the time of you know, like rolling into the diners with the you know, waitresses on skates and stuff like that. Like you have to understand, like it's just like even they got and understood that like that was just, you know, the style of the time and stuff like that, and you know, hence naming Grease and stuff like that. But you know, like the point is that you know, well, obviously I understand, you know, the one with John Travolta is not from the 50s, like I get that. But like obviously, like that's the point, is like, you know, you understand at a certain point, all right, well obviously we're out of that now, that's not going to be a forever thing, you know, people are just like that, you know, you know, obviously you have to recognize,
And so it's actually this concept that taught me that tattoos were the same thing. That essentially, like that's why I understood that like essentially there's going to be a certain point at which like all these people that had like a tattoo life and we're treating it like a lifestyle instead of just some artwork on their body, you know, like you know what I mean, like it, like just going a different route with it and calling it a lifestyle instead, like it, you know, like just understanding that's not the case. Like it's just probably won't even want it there in 15, 20 years. Like like that's understanding those things and those concepts about life and stuff is kind of what, you know, watching some of that stuff, you know, is supposed to teach you. You know, it was like these people really felt so passionate about this ridiculous crap, and it's the same sort of thing you see today, like with you know, people that just want things that aren't theirs and stuff like that, and you know, like they just, you know, have this problem, and really it's just that, you know, throughout history you can see that, you know, it's always that misguided generation that just got out of, you know, high school or whatever, and they're not in college yet, maybe, or something like that, and they really just haven't figured out life yet. And I gotta be honest with you, I think that we need to start understanding that if we don't improve education, that's where we need to start recognizing that people's brains now are no longer, you know what I mean? Like it's actually taking longer, especially for guys, for their brains to develop into their early 20s instead of at 18 and 19, like it should. And you have to rationalize, you know, looking at the generations that came before us, you know, the differences. I mean, come on, our technology, the amount of information you have access to, you could easily be smart. You could, that's kind of my entire point, is that you can easily be smart because anybody can look anything up. But remember what I always said too, you have to know what to look up. You have to know, just like with AI, you have to know what question to ask it. It's not, you know, like, and that's education. That comes down to teaching people how to be resourceful. That is how education and the want to and desire to learn more is established in one's brain. And if you don't ever do this, if you don't ever want this or desire this or establish this in your brain, you sort of just eventually don't understand. Like, the whole point, I would think of life is for you to figure out some way to add to existence, to positively add to our society in some way. So, like, if that's the case, why don't people spend more time trying to become more informed and trying to solve things and stuff like that, and instead of like just always having wrong answers for things? Like, we know that, like, we know everybody has the wrong answers and nobody gets it right. Like, we can see that, like, and we just see all the time people just saying things that don't make sense, things that are just really wild and crazy, and comments and stuff, and usually it's you know, the propaganda and stuff like that. So the point is that at a certain point, people, instead of becoming more educated and continuing to work on the ability to develop that brain, the yearning to learn, the yearning to want knowledge, they instead they develop this thing where, you know, they you know, start to instead just be emotional. You know, kind of just not really understand what's going on, and then, you know, they fear everything, and that's the sort of thing that we're dealing with. So, you know, it just comes down to understanding that there are these musicals and movies and stuff throughout history, that we're going to learn a lot of things from, that are very easy to kind of say, wow, that's a really good, there's a lot of concepts I can learn from that. There's a lot of concepts I can learn from just Grease. Like a ridiculous musical that John Travolta was in. And it's not ridiculous, actually. It's actually a pretty good musical. Like, a lot of work went into that. And as much as you might not like the dancing, it seems ridiculous to you, it's actually really good dancing. If a dance instructor or somebody would look at that and grade it, it would be top quality. Like, that's the point. Like, people that look at that aren't into dance. They just are judgmental people, and they sort of kind of say these things that they don't really know what they're talking about, and they just want everybody to hear their stupid opinions. Like, that's the point. It's like the internet became full of that. Instead of people yelling it at the TV in their living room, now they're just going all over the internet. And people hold on to this stuff. Like, the whole point is you have to realize that the athlete, the celebrity, the people that do these things that are great at them, they do see what you're typing. And sometimes bad things end up, they don't necessarily hold this in high regard. And sometimes, the worst happens. And that's kind of the point, guys, is like, it's not like they're looking at a comment where somebody's being stupid belligerent the whole time, and then they're holding on to those words. Like, they're not stupid. But, like, the point is, when you have so many people saying the dumbest shit, and they know it's dumb, and they know it's intentionally nasty, and the point is, maybe the athlete or whoever they're saying it to doesn't. Maybe they are taking it to heart. Maybe they think, since there's so much of it that they're seeing, it's true. And it suddenly isn't a joke anymore. You suddenly realize just how many people are actually doing what you think just you are doing. Oh, it's not that big a deal. No, except the problem is everybody says that. And then you think in such small terms. How many people do you think are out there that are just, on the internet to do that shit? And then the point is, they create all these different accounts just to do it and stuff like that too. So then it's that person plus 50, and then for each person that does that, they have plus 50 accounts, whatever. You have to understand how astronomically fucking stupid that is. To actually think that that's not going to actually have an effect on the entire world when you do that. When everybody does that. And that's what is happening. That's what's happening with wars. That's what's happening with politics. That's what's happening with culture. It's everything. It's everything. They hang on to every little word. And again, it's not because it's the most belligerent person in the world. It's actually, again, because there's so much of it happening. Like I said, it's you can understand the obviousness of seeing a comment or somebody spamming and just dismissing that. You can obviously see that, but then there's also just the sheer number and quantity that these people will do this. And you see what even one person can do to me. One. Okay, imagine you're Tom Cruise, and the whole, like you're enveloped in some sort of, like I don't, like the whole point is like, I love Tom. Everybody loves Tom Cruise. Like, how could you? Like, he's a person that does a job that I think he's always done it extremely fucking well, and I think he deserves the paycheck that he gets because unlike most actors, that guy watches one movie a day, right? Like if you look these people up and you look up their background, they deserve what they get. Like the point is, like, they're not just like, yes, some people milk the system. Some people are just, you know, they're given the handouts, and I get it. But don't think that that's everybody. And I gotta be honest with you. You know, Jim Carrey, being my favorite actor, he said it right. He said it exactly right when he said a while back, you know, I wish everybody had the chance to be rich and famous so that they knew that that wasn't the answer in life. It just, like, the point is, like, why is Putin so strange that he invades another country, even though he has the largest landmass of any other country on the planet, largest landmass. All he would have to do is start making nice with the U.S. before he had done all this, be friends with Ukraine so that you could open borders, talk to people, be a good, decent fucking person, and accept other people and cultures. And suddenly he would realize that if he embraced NATO and joined them, what a force NATO would be to be reckoned with if Russia was our friend. If they hadn't done this, if they hadn't randomly just attacked Ukraine, and again, this is Putin. It's nobody else. Even his own troops were confused when he gave the order. Like, the point is, this is a very troubled person that's rigged his own elections forever. You know, like he just has some stuff going on, and he's screwing up an entire country, maybe the world, just because he's got some shit going on. And you start realizing, holy fucking shit, your trolling really can affect everything. Because if Putin does something as stupid as just randomly attacking Ukraine for absolutely no reason whatsoever, except that he just wants a little bit more fucking land and wants to try to take over fucking Europe, to reinstate the Soviet Union, to try to take over the world, like, what, alright, so here's the rationale. Any sane person can rationalize what happens when you get to the end game with that. Okay, so here's the end game, right? Alright, let's say he reinstates the Soviet Union, right? Takes over the world, conquers the US, everything is his. Let's just say that happens. Do you think, after all that, as long as it would take to do that, first of all, do you think he would see any benefit as long as it would take to do this, and as bad health as he's in? First of all. Okay, secondly, even if it were the case that he did do it somehow miraculously, quickly, without his health diminishing, and again, he is older, he's in bad health, if he somehow miraculously pulled this off, what do you think the end game is? That everybody loves you now because you took over the world? And everybody fears you? So therefore they get in line out of fear? What respect is that? Where's the honor? Where's the respect? Where's the integrity? And then this is the same guy that posts pictures of himself online to get people to think more highly of him just because he's riding a fucking horse shirtless. I mean, he did that on purpose. The guy worked for the KGB. He's brainwashing people. He randomly uploaded a video of somebody, like, there was, like, they had somebody intentionally hold a dog wrong on camera He like paid some very obvious dude to hold a dog incorrectly, and he walked over and took the dog from him. And like this was like a big thing that like he tried to get like put all over the place so that people would have some high opinion of him. And it's just like the most ridiculously staged thing you've ever seen. And it's like, wow, yeah, let's think highly of this guy. Yeah, but meanwhile, he's rigged his own elections forever, assassinated people, that were his competition, and that's, by the way, that's what I mean by rigging his elections. He assassinates the competition, just to let you know. Okay. So, like, why is it that people can't accept these things? Why is it like propaganda? Why do you think that is? I personally think, again, it comes back to that thing where, people just get emotional thinking about the fact that really is pretty crazy that's happening, that somebody is that insane, and they actually try to rationalize that it's not happening. It's like as a defense mechanism for anxiety. I think that most, like, all these people, like, they just really lie to themselves and are in so much denial that the world is collapsing. That, like, we are, pretty much in the end of times and nobody's paying attention to it. And trying to prolong this as much as we can. Like, we know we're on our way out. Let's prolong it. Let's world peace. Let's not fight, man. At least let's get world peace in order. At least, so that we can say, if our own extinction happens, that we tried everything we could. Wouldn't that be great? No, let's just fucking destroy Ukraine for no reason whatsoever. Oh, right, and Donald Trump is siding with this fucking guy. Like, I mean, don't even get me started on him. Like, come on, man. Like, when you look at the world a certain way, and you just start kind of accepting the information, you start realizing, that you need to change your mind about some things. And it's okay to do that, but I'm gonna be honest, like, it really just comes down to the fact that a lot of people for so long have all these friends that think this way, act this way, and have been lying and in denial too. And you've been kind of like agreeing with them, and like, yeah, it's embarrassing to have to try to do that, and have to, because people are like that, and they will, stop being your friend and stuff just because you try to, call them out on something completely asinine. So, again, I think it just, again, is that inability to decipher, information is information. And that's education. That's you're taught that. You have to be taught that. You have to accept it when you're younger. Otherwise, again, you don't have that ability. I think people accept things that they learn as consequences. So, like, all these people that, like, maybe they experience their, like, something happening and something costs more or something like that because of the things he's doing. So now they finally realize what's happening, and now they don't like it. Or like, just like slowly but surely, like, little tiny things will happen, and some people will realize it because there's a piece of paper that comes in the mail, or something costs them more money because of something fucking Trump did, and they're just like, wow, they were right this whole time, and I wasn't listening. Oh my god, I'm never falling for this asshole ever again. And they start paying attention, and they start realizing, oh my god, yeah, they're right. They're fucking right. He just lies. Because the point is, once you start accepting that as truth, you start just realizing it makes a lot more sense now. Like, he just gets up there and just says shit, and it's just an act. Like, none of it's like anything that's real or is happening or anything like that. And you know, like, it's all bad too. All bad suggestions. So you just you have to recognize all these people that are actually just people doing jobs that don't want to vacuum, don't want to be associated with them and stuff. You know, they're people that did at one time. That's the point. They so many people walked away and learned their lesson, and I've been saying it since forever. You know, like, a lot of us have just stayed the course on this guy. And I've changed my mind about people. You guys know I've changed my mind about certain politicians. I've actually told you that at various times too. That there's some people I've changed my mind about. And you guys know after Trump got elected the second time, ran for the third time, got elected the second time, you guys know I told you, you know, if you vote for the guy, he gets a clean slate, I'll give him a chance. But again, as I told you, I'm just going to call out anything that I don't like, that I see as a bad thing for this country, and would absolutely not be good. And I'm just going to call it out. And I did. It just started right away, as I said it would. It hasn't stopped. I don't understand the delusion, except again, just coming back to the thing of everybody in denial. And I want to remind you that the vast majority doesn't like this guy. The vast majority doesn't like this guy. He won a very small percentage. Most people didn't vote. So, like, if you're wondering, like, from other countries and stuff like that, if you're wondering about that, most people here did not vote. It really is just it almost looked like Trump actually rigged it. I mean, it was Elon's voting machines. We're just as confused, because the point is, nobody likes that fucking guy. We all hate him. We really do. Like, a lot of people can't fucking stand him anymore. So I just, you know, want to remind you, like, not everybody. It's very different when somebody's just a traitor. Like, when you're sitting there admitting that you're selling secrets out, and you just, I mean, geez, yeah. How long is the list of things that he did that is arguably a matter of national security? A breach of national security. How many things? I mean, even if you want to talk about the stuff that he hasn't even done this current time in office. Remember when he left office and the FBI just randomly found all these top secret classified documents in his fucking bathroom at, like, one of his estates or something like that? That this is what he did with top secret classified documents after leaving the Oval Office. He literally just left them laying around his bathroom for anybody to just meander in, you know, housekeeper or whatever, just meander on in and take a gander at those. And even as the FBI was investigating and stuff like that, the whole point was these files need to be so secure that the whole point was, even as they were breaching and investigating and stuff, some of them actually had to be, I think, briefed or debriefed or something like that. And because the point is, the documents started to become declassified This is what you have to realize about documents, is that the moment somebody sees them, an official sees them that's lower than they're supposed to on the top secret like totem pole, it now declassifies. It now just declassifies that, and they have like it has to like everybody needs to know about it because there's like a report and everything, and so like whatever was top secret and that has to do with, everybody's just gonna know about it now, and that is incredibly dangerous because you never know what information is on there. This is the point. Like he was just doing this with all these documents, just crates, like boxes of documents, just laying about this bathroom, and just top secret classified things. Again, even the FBI couldn't see these things, and they were seeing them. They weren't allowed to, and they were. And that's the point. They were just laying around Donald Trump's fucking bathroom. Come on, man. What do you think that you think that's fake news? I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your loss. Like, this is the problem. People don't accept information when it's actually given, when it's actual information. They just in denial. That actually happened. It's not fake. This is the problem. You sit here and you just deny all these things that have happened, that he actually did, that were terrible. Y'all sit here and pretend like he wasn't even impeached. You remember he was impeached, right? Okay, you realize that if a president's impeached during when the House is controlled by whatever party that president belongs to, they're not going to remove him from office. They just won't. It makes him look bad. So we all know with Clinton, the point was it was a Monica Lewinsky scandal, right? Okay, again, like, I just, that's nobody's business. I really just don't care. That's a private matter, in my opinion. Like, if Trump had an affair with somebody or something like that, I would say the same thing about him. I would actually defend him on that. I would be like, listen, that is nobody's business. I even told you guys, like, when the assassination attempts happened, like, I condemned that. Like, that is terrible. We don't hate anybody. There's no hate here. This is the point. Like, you don't do that. That is awful. So my point is, like, that is nobody's business. So this is what everybody hangs on to. Oh, well, Clinton was impeached. Yeah, but then you say it was for that, and it's like, oh, well, okay. And it's like that's the point. Like I would say the same thing about Trump. If there was an affair, like Trump had an affair or something, not that he would. I'm just saying that if he did, I would feel the same thing. I just don't feel like that's something, in my opinion, that it is anybody's business except the people involved, and doesn't discredit that person. You know, that's a private matter. So he was impeached for that, and this is the point. These were the scandals at the time, and so now the point is, you have Donald Trump who gets impeached, and then Clinton was impeached but not removed. You know what? Clinton wasn't found guilty on like 23 counts of obstruction of justice. Are you fucking kidding me? Donald Trump was found guilty. I was like 22 or 23 counts of obstruction of justice or some fucking bullshit like that. Are you fucking kidding me? And you're actually gonna sit here and you're gonna tell me that's the same thing as a private matter where Clinton had a little happy fun time with Monica Lewinsky, and maybe Hillary ain't happy about it. Maybe she don't give a shit. Who the fuck knows? But that's nobody's business except the people involved. The fuck do you care? This is the point. but then you'll be like, oh, 23 counts, 22 counts of obstruction of justice when he's being federally investigated for like various election matters and not wanting to meet with Mueller and the Mueller investigation and stuff like that. Like, that was the point. He was dodging, and then there was a whole lot of other things. There's a whole lot of other things, but the point was that this was valid. There's a whole investigation, and Mueller liked Trump. You have to realize the guy that investigated him and still found him guilty liked him, and even very obviously tried to not find him. He even said this, that he tried to not find him guilty. He actually said that. So think about all the other things that he probably should have found that he ignored and didn't do anything about. That's what I think about. I think about all the things that he chose to ignore because he admitted that he tried to not find him guilty. He tried to actually help him. And then you see that Mueller's a Republican and yada yada yada. So oh my God, like, it just goes deep, man. And then of course Trump plays on your strings a little bit and convinces you he doesn't even like Mueller and stuff like that. Well, of course he's going to convince you of that. Well, anyway, the point is, I spent a lot of time like looking the stuff up and like I know the information because I know the information. It's not just like stuff that I just like pulled out of nowhere. That's all I'm saying, guys. And so like that's the issue, is that like if you try to talk to somebody about it, a lot of times they really don't even have information like that. It's just like kind of stuff that's not true, basic things that they say that just actually aren't true. Like, Trump's good for the economy or something like that. Well, actually the stock market's plummeting, so. And I already told you why that happened the first time around, and I was right. I'm actually proving that. I told you. Well, it actually makes sense why it wouldn't happen this time, because that's Elon Musk's fault. That guy is... Everything that guy touches is just going to turn to just dust, just nothingness. Everybody uses Twitter. That was a safe thing. That's not, you don't put that success on him. Twitter was already Twitter. He stole that, rebranded it as X, and tried to make everybody think he did something. Fired everybody. He didn't do anything except cost the company a shitload of money, rebranding and firing people. Guys, ridiculous. This is the information, guys. I'm not just trying to be like rude or anything to anybody. I just I want you to realize that it seems like there's a lot of people that, especially in this country, that really won't accept new information any longer, and just kind of stuck in their fake news ways. They just say everything's fake news or whatever. That's, like, it doesn't fit what they're trying to, whatever narrative that they're trying to play at. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.